Hello, hello, everybody, and welcome to another session of Pokemon Spectrum. This is session number 14, and we are back with our new players again. And by new, I mean without the boobs. Well, first one of you without the boobs. Some of you might still have them, as far as I know. And we're going to start right away with the warm-up question. And so I prepped tragic accident. Thank you, Riz. The warm-up question today is: if your character were to write up a will and testament, what would the will and testament say?
I guess I could start with that.
You might have to have somebody type it up for you.
She'll dictate it to someone.
Yes.
So I think for Molly, uh, her possessions don't really mean much to her. So I think she would probably leave her apartment to Madison, because at least needs a place to stay. So that would make sense. And for Bullet, I think she would have it in her will that he has the choice to either go free or go with one of Molly's closest friends. Like let's say Pearl, or he could stay with Madison if he chose to, but just let him have the choice to do that. And then I think the last thing she would want is for if her foster parents are ever found, then let them see the letter that she wrote, which I will send to you at some point.
Okay.
Yep.
Bullet, who would you choose to be with? Or would you rather just be completely free?
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking at this point in time that he wouldn't necessarily like tie himself down, but I don't think he'd go off like into the wild, you know?
Okay.
I think it'd just be that kind of thing like, oh, look, the penguin came into market again today. That sort of deal where it's just like, you know, he might take care of himself a majority of the time if possible, but would visit people, quite often.
I don't get that reference. The penguin came into market today. I've never. What does that mean?
Oh, you guys haven't heard those fun stories? It's like, yeah, they'd just be like a little penguin that would go into the market every day and they'd like get fish and then take it back home. And it's like, bye, little penguin.
Oh,
I guess I
okay.
was the
I've
only one
never
who
heard
learned
of
that in
it.
my Spanish class.
Yeah.
Rara es un pingüino. Él vive con su familia en Japón. So,
What did
anyway,
that mean?
Rara is a penguin. He lives with his family in Japan. So,
Eh.
yeah.
Which comes up on Google when you type in penguin goes into market. You see a bunch of
Hey,
things
what's up? All right.
this is Japanese fish markets.
I believed you. I just never heard
Videos.
it. Never heard that before.
I just assumed that was a more common thing, I suppose.
Noah has a will already set up. Probably starts off to whom this may concern. I leave the entirety of my possessions and monetary wealth to a trust fund for my brother Fabian, Sinclair, and my Pokemon Remy. Remy is not my possession. He is free to do what he will. The person in charge of the trust fund to monitor it to suit the needs best for Remy and Fabian. So they is either Tiffany Benoit and Molly Moon. In the event of both of their deaths, the caretaker of the trust fund would be Lieutenant Kyle Jenny.
Hmm.
And it would also write, I am sorry, Fabian and Remy. I never intended to abandon you, to leave you alone in this world. I hope that you can still find some hope in this world and live happily. Goodbye.
And now you wish I went in first, because that's so much better than mine. Tiffany, again, coming from lawyer family, would also have this already done up and ready to go. First and foremost would be you, because they've already had this conversation. If anything happens to her, it goes to Cassandra. If Cassandra is not able to take you, then he would actually be given over to her nephew Ezra, in care of Ariel and Trenton, until Ezra is old enough to take care of you by himself. She probably does have fun set up for a trust fund for you should these things happen. Just so, okay, here's a Pokemon, take care of that. Like, no, you'll have resources. I'm not that heartless. Plus, he has things. Plus, cleaning supplies. She'd also put into the will that the rose necklace is to stay with you at all costs. It is his now. Her rose earrings, though, is actually one of the most interesting. Like, who would she give those to? Because there's only 2 and there's 4 of you, so that doesn't quite work. I actually started, well, who else is super important to her? She would want one of the rose earrings to go to Kyle, and she'd want the other one to go to Felicity. These 2 people have come to mean a lot to her. Felicity almost like a second mom, and, Kyle's Kyle. Hopefully it will go well. To Jefferson, she's going to leave a bunch of old pictures of them together as children. Those are pretty much the big things for her.
So I think with Chase, he doesn't have a lot as it is. So this would probably not even cross his mind at any point. Not even from a formal perspective. Like, he wouldn't even know that this was a thing. But he does have Pokebucks now to his name. And so where would the Pokebucks go? This was the one I was having trouble with, because I think that the gut feeling is that they would go to the 4. They would go to the 4 other people on this team. But I think if it wasn't them, he'd put it into someone's name so that it could be given to charity. And so it would be Felicity to manage the funds, and it would be to help kids get off the street, is essentially what the rule would be. So you get all this money, but find some place that you can trust, because he wouldn't trust himself to find a place. He'd probably think that he just set up another Team Omni scenario with the money. So he's like, just give it to Felicity and have her figure it out. So
I think that if she were to write a will, it would be it would be rather simple in the sense where it would be, it would contain all the necessary legalese and whatnot, and not have really, like the sentimental kind of lines or anything. I think her executor would either be Kyle or Tiffany, which was just a happy coincidence, not the relationship thing, but it works out. They could help each other if they want, I suppose. I see her mom, if she survives, as being the beneficiary for like 75% of her monetary wealth. And whomever were to take Fern would get 25%, that's the remaining bit. I think that Fern would first be, quote unquote, offered, to Noir, because Cassie already knows that, Fern obviously gets along with people there. And, as far as that goes, she does trust Noir to take care of her. I think if Noir were to decline, the second option would be Tiffany. And I don't go any farther than 2s, but Tiffany obviously can take care of Pokemon, so. Aside from that, she doesn't have a lot of possessions. More than Chase, but it's still more just a matter of, not a lot of like sentimental possessions again. So I don't think she'd have much else. Like, basically anything else would be given to the 4, and they could throw away or sell or whatever they wanted with the rest of it.
Do you guys want me to answer that question for an NPC?
Yes.
Who would you like me to answer it for?
There's so many.
So many.
Who would you think would have the most interesting answer?
My unbiased opinion is Dr. Pearl, but
Same time, would be interesting to see someone like Iridessa, just because we haven't seen her in so long.
Oh, Iridessa. Yes.
Or Goss, or
yeah.
just to figure out what's important to them, who's important to them.
it would be interesting.
I think it might be interesting to see Lobel, just to see his
interesting.
inner hearts.
But between like the Rocket Base and then Johto, NPCs too have a chance to die. So do we want to select someone who actually might die?
Who's likely to die? Let's see.
Cynthia,
Let's go to Johto.
Yeah, I
We
think the
get there
focusing
and it's
would...
a Princess in Another Castle scenario. No, she's a Johto. Pokemon came and kidnapped her. It was weird.
You just want to know who you just want to know so that if you have an idea of if you wanted to bump them off, you know where the money's going to.
Oh, let him die. It's fine.
We are getting pretty short on funds.
Say the word, everybody. Just backs up into the shadow.
What about like one of the Pokemon?
It can be anyone you want. Which one do you want? Whichever one you want.
I feel
Such
like
a hard
Inky could
question.
actually write a will.
But I don't think any Pokemon would really have a need for a will. What do they own? And it's not like,
I
you know,
leave my
in the case of my
Pokeball
death.
to you, my trainer.
Yes. And please, I would like if Kyle Jenny were to take care of Keith for me in my absence.
Well, why not? Why not Kyle?
I say Kyle or Lobel for me.
Okay.
So who's it going to be?
Leaning toward Lobel, just because we've had Kyle answered for another NPC question already.
That's true.
Not that I'm also not
fine with either.
fascinated to know, but
Lobel's got a lot of stuff to hand out, so yeah, Lobel.
true.
Lobel then. Yeah.
Okay.
And some mystery, so...
And possibly 797.
Lobel would. So he has 2 children, one of whom actually has a family. So for practical reasons, I'm sure he's going to leave some for Tiffany, but he's going to give more to Trenton just because he actually has a wife and 2 kids. So I think that beyond that, so we'll start with that. I think that for his estate, basically, his financials, I can see 35% going to Tiffany, I think, and then 65% going to Trenton. As far as specific things, I mean, obviously, I guess the Lobel's house would be... Yeah, I feel like he would still give the estate to Trenton.
I do
still
too,
feel
but
like-
it's also he has a family.
As much as I would like to say that he would let Tiffany and Trenton share the house, I don't think that he feels that. I think he trusts Trenton more with owning the actual house to his name instead of having you guys
Agreed.
jointly own that. So yeah. See, I don't. What else? Like, would he do with a? He doesn't like a lot of what he has. He doesn't really have very many sentimental things. I guess all of the things that he has from his wife. That probably makes a lot of sense. I think he would at least, if he can't give Tiffany the financial stuff, he would at least let her have almost all of the memorabilia that he has of his wife or your mother. I would say 80% of that would go to you, 20% of it would go to Trenton. That's probably what it would be. So let's take it from where we left off. I'm assuming things have been wrapped up or are wrapping up at the date, quote-unquote date. So unless there's anything important that happens, today I'd like to focus more on, obviously, the Team Rocket stuff. So if you need to do some role-playing before that, feel free to do so. But for the most part, if we can focus on whatever role-playing pertains to the actual plan of going into the Team Rocket hideout and taking back Cassie's mom, I'd prefer we focus more on that, just so we can finish. I'd like to wrap that up this session if possible. So, anything happening for the rest of the day? This is day 2, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Do
sir.
we still need to secure Madison?
Sure.
Secure?
You know, bring her on board. Right now, she doesn't know we're planning.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
that will
Give
happen.
us your road tip. Don't ask.
Yeah, Molly's gonna talk to Madison when she gets home.
Sure.
Good. Before that, though,
Yeah,
Mhm.
go ahead.
that's okay. Well, Cassie would certainly request that people, if possible, stay in the area, or in Molly's case, you know, Cassie knows that Molly could quickly get back, but she'd like everyone to be fairly local if possible.
Not a problem.
Cool. And then assuming that everyone is kind of leaving the cafe and all that, what's Noir doing right now? Like, is she still having to stay and work, or is she leaving early? Or did they wait until her shift was over before all leaving together kind of thing, you know?
She'll probably finish her shift, to be honest, just because she did miss a day.
So when would that end? Because this is just like early afternoon, right? At this point, yeah.
Since it's a cafe, probably end around like 6 o'clock or something. I don't know, 5. Might be a bit earlier than that because she probably takes shifts so she can meet Fabian. So probably 4, something like that. I don't know when schools end.
Okay.
4 sounds
So probably-
about right.
It wouldn't be too much longer, at least. Okay, that's fair. Cassie would just tell Noir then that she would meet her back at the apartment later. And I don't think this needs to be roleplayed necessarily. It's up to Shay, I guess. But Cassie, having well overheard that Shay has a phone now, or Chase has a phone apparently, she'd make sure to get his digits.
He has a phone?
Yay, chassis.
Tackle! Give me phone! I'm going to add you to my phone.
These things have their own numbers?
Looks at him, pats head. Yes, dear.
I don't know if he'd die me. Okay, so here's what. I didn't figure out how much this thing costs, but it's essentially one of those disposable phones that you can get. You get a calling card so that you can just put the calling card in, and then when the calling card is gone, it's gone. So it's not an actual account that you needed to register for and put a name in and blah 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 blah. So I'm guessing that they have to have numbers, but I don't know if he'd even know to remember that. So it's more like he would call you, I guess, and then hopefully you have call display.
Oh, that's fine. In that case, Cassie would just wait for him
save
to
it.
call her or send her a message.
Call us!
So you can record his number.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Then I
Whether
think
he'll pick up.
he'd better.
Oh no, he's not leaving the cafe till we get numbers done. So
I think with that,
I got
though,
nowhere
I'm
to be.
good
Let's
let
go.
Roma go. I think at this point, once numbers are exchanged with Chase and everything, and Cassie tells everyone to please stay in the area and keep in touch and everything like that, she'll tell Noir she'll meet her at the apartment, and so I think that I'm good until that point, like until Noir gets back.
Yeah, so when Molly gets home, like she's beaming, by the way. She's like, she comes into the apartment and she's like, "Hello, Madison. How are you? How are you today?"
Oh, welcome back, Molly. Madison is curled up on the couch and she's watching TV at the moment. Okay. And she says, "How was your day? You look like you're in a very chipper mood."
It went really well. It went really well, Madison.
Oh, did the Hucks get fired?
That would be nice, yes. But actually, no. The date that I had with Dr. Pearl.
You had your date? Oh, that's right. That was today?
Yeah.
She mutes the TV and then she pulls up towards you on the couch. And he says, "Molly, I need details. I need details."
She's like, Molly's blushing a little bit, and she says, "I heard it's rude to kiss and tell." I mean,
there was kissing involved? Oh, Molly. I had no idea, she says. Now you absolutely have to tell me.
In the bathroom by ourselves, yeah.
You did it in the bathroom? That is so trashy. I love it.
It was more romantic. You had to be there, I guess.
Apparently. Wow. So how exactly did it happen? Did you just attack her? I mean,
well, Molly, something occurs to Molly and she's thinking, "Oh gosh, she's gonna take this the wrong way." But well, she was laying down on a couch And
Oh, really now?
and well, I leaned over and you know.
Well, Molly Moon. Oh, you're growing up right before my very eyes. I'm so proud of you, she says. So how was it?
Oh, it was great. Like Molly's blushing a little bit deeper now, and she says, "It was really great."
So, Molly, does this mean we have to start talking about socks now?
uh,
You know, socks. When you put them onto your doorknob
oh,
in your room. Oh, come on, Molly. You can't tell me you've never heard of that.
is this a thing? Is this a thing that people do? Because I never really had a chance to go through the whole awkward dating phase in high school and middle school. Is this a thing people do?
Don't worry, Molly. I will teach you everything that you need to know about the wonderful world of dating.
I'd appreciate that. So,
Well, I'm very ecstatic. So when are you gonna go see her next?
hopefully maybe sometime tomorrow after. Molly sighs a little bit and she looks to the side and she says, "One second, Madison." And she gets up and she's changes her clothes back into her normal clothes. She sits back down. She says, "Okay, back to work." So Madison, I have something really important to talk to you about.
Oh, all right. More important than the doctor. Wow. I find it very hard to believe, but go right ahead.
I would love to just sit here and talk about Alicia for the rest of the day, but unfortunately, duty calls for me. So you remember all that stuff the other night about with Cassie and her mom and the rockets?
Yeah.
So I think tomorrow is going to be the day that we're gonna. Well, we have to go get her. We don't have a choice. We have to go get her out of there.
Wow, going into a Team Rocket base. That's gotta be something a little bit over your heads, I would think.
It is, but well, we have a kind of a plan, and well, it involves me a lot.
Okay.
I was a thief, right?
She lied.
So that means I'm pretty good at hiding and being unseen.
Until you got caught.
Well, I didn't get caught because someone saw me. I got caught because I turned myself in. But anyway, that's all beside the point. The kind of plan right now is for me to try to sneak in and get to their security system and try to do something with their security system. The problem is, Maddie, I'm not good with technology.
You, Molly, not good at technology? I had no idea, she says, and she kind of gives you a little bit of a smile. Not in an insulting kind of way, but more of a playful kind of way.
Molly's like, shut up. Again, playful. But yeah, but seriously, so none of us are really good at technology. But
Oh, I see where you're going. Okay, keep going.
but here's the thing. I would love to have just an earpiece and have you talking to me and guiding me through, but here's another problem, Maddie. Molly is a little bit embarrassed right now. She says, "Maddie, I don't read very well. I don't read very well, and I think that could be a problem with me trying to use a computer. So our idea, if you will let us, is for me to bring Rotim with me.
Clever. It's very clever. All right.
And maybe we could have earpieces. Like you could talk me through some things, but then Rotim can go in, hopefully get the cameras. You can access the cameras from your computer.
Oh, I can access the cameras, no problem.
Yeah, and then you could help us out. Like with you helping us, it'll be 10 times better.
She sort of rubs her chin and she thinks, I don't know, Molly. This is a lot to think about. I mean, on one hand, of course, I'd like to help you, of course. On the other hand, I can't help but think about what my brother would think about all this. I haven't really talked to you much about Moxie, have I?
I don't think you have. I've heard the name mentioned, but I don't think you've talked to me about him.
He's a good brother. He's just a big stickler for the rules, and it was a little embarrassing the last time I saw him when he came to visit me when I was thrown in the slammer for a second time. He pretty much told me that I needed to stay out of trouble. But on the other hand, you also went through a lot of trouble to get my Timmy back and pretty much risked the lives of your own Pokemon too. Not just you, but everybody else. So I feel like if it weren't for you and your friends, I wouldn't even have Rotim in the first place. Okay, Molly, I'll do it, she says really quickly.
Molly's shocked. Oh, well, thank you. That was fast. You sure you don't need time to think about it or something?
She says, well, if you're trying to infiltrate Team Rocket, that sounds like a very, very amazing challenge. Something that I've always wanted to try myself anyway. And seeing how there's a really good opportunity for me to take down an organization like that, hey, Moxie's just going to have to get over it.
Well, you could look at it this way. I mean, you're not breaking any rules. I mean, Team Rocket, they break way more rules than you do.
That's exactly what I was thinking. See, we're on the same page. All right, Molly, I'm in.
All right, thank you so much. And Molly's going to stand up and give Madison a huge hug.
She'll give her a hug back.
And just tell me what you need. I can go out right now and buy some earpieces. I can do whatever you need.
Doesn't the lieutenant have access to that kind of stuff? Sting operations and all that?
I don't know if we're bringing the police into it this time. The whole thing has to be hush hush.
Well,
I mean, Cassie's mom's safety is at stake. We don't want the police to burst in.
You don't need to get the entire police in. You just need to have one of them in just to get you your stuff. Why not just get Noir something to brainwash Kyle to go get you the stuff and then just wipe his memory afterwards?
Wow, can she do that? I don't know.
I don't know. She seemed pretty powerful. Isn't that kind of what psychics do? I'm assuming that's what she's been doing for you guys this entire time. Otherwise...
No, nothing like that. She can read minds a little bit. She does. She can float things around and stuff, which is actually pretty cool. I mean, it's just sitting there in the air, and it's actually really neat to see.
Really? Well, I'm really confused. How else have you been getting Kyle to go along with all of your other schemes? He doesn't sound like the kind of person who would actually, be doing half the things that he's been doing with you guys all this time.
Well, I'm not sure why he trusts us, but the fact remains that for some reason he does trust us. And
I always assumed Noir was responsible for that. Huh.
No, I highly doubt that. I mean, she actually didn't trust him for the longest time.
All right, if you say so. So you completely trust her? Noir, I mean.
Well, she's my friend. We've been through a lot together already. We're going to go through a lot in the future. I mean, after Team Rocket, we're probably going to Johto. I mean, I have to trust her.
Fair enough. I'm just trying to figure out how much, I'm just trying to make sure that we use all of our resources, that's all.
Yeah. Don't worry about Noir and Kyle though. I think I trust them both and resources. Yeah. So, what do we need? What do you think?
All right, I'll get you a list. And anyway, she'll give you a list of things that you need, and definitely an earpiece is something that would be very helpful. I don't know if Madison herself has access to such a thing, but you can figure out on your own if you want. So,
Could she just go to the store and get some, or does it have to be like specialized?
you can go to the store and get some, but I feel like Madison is predicting that if the Team Rocket base is going to be anything like any other like terrorist base, she's going to assume they're going to have some sort of jamming system. So something that you could get from some random electronic store is probably not going to cut it. You'd probably need something that was a little bit more professional grade, like again from the police station grade or above.
Molly takes the list. She has Madison go through it with her, and she'll actually take a picture of it and show it to the rest of the group. And also Molly will text everyone, Maddie's in.
More just a general transportation question. Is there 6 of us going plus Pokemon? Does anyone actually own a car or a van? I'm guessing that's no across the board. Is Tiffany the only one with a driver's license? Also across the board. Okay. She will go rent a van.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be RP, just so we know it's done.
Okay, and a quick question regarding their phones in this universe. Would there be, just a way to video message without necessarily needing a specific app? Isn't like having to download Skype or
Yeah.
something?
I think that would be fine.
Okay, I figured
think-
with how advanced it was, it would make sense that it kind of just be
Yeah.
maybe a built-in feature of the camera or something.
Yeah. I think that's
Okay.
fine.
Cool. Anyway, so in that case then, Noir is just going to have received the text while she was still at work, telling her that Cassie would be waiting in her room if she could come talk to her when she was back.
Okay. As soon as Noir gets back, she'll go to Cassie's room and knock on the door. Hey,
There's no response.
Did Cassie say that out loud? There's no
No,
response.
there's no response. Go away.
There's no response.
I can come back later. Like,
And as a happy happenstance, her phone will start to ring.
hello.
Hey, it's Cassie. You home yet?
Yeah. You're not here though.
Technically not.
Wait.
Go ahead and step inside.
Okay. Steps inside.
All right. Look down at your phone, would you? Just accept that invitation.
Okay.
So she'll see just like an incoming video request, basically.
Yep. Click.
Did you accept? Okay, cool. So what Nora will basically see is kind of like just the inside of what seems like a custodial sort of office, some sort of just little maintenance closet sort of dealy.
Like a janitor's closet?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's probably not a place Nora would recognize, I assume. If you have a reason otherwise, let me know. But, all right, so she could see that. She could still hear Cassie. And Cassie will say, teleport down to me.
I can't teleport where I can't see.
Try it. You can see, can't you?
I can only teleport like 12 meters.
I'm aware.
Okay, can I try?
Roll
Does it work?
roll a focus.
Okay. I actually have max focus, like have virtuoso.
Roll
So
it.
You got Virtuoso, too? Fancy schmancy.
just got last level. What is it?
32.
32.
Wow. How many, just out of curiosity, physically how many meters away are you from her, Cassie, would you say?
It's probably just like one floor down. So I don't think that would be Like one,
Probably
maybe
would be
two.
less than 12 meters. That would probably be less than 12 meters.
Like
Yeah.
Cassie would have been careful with her placement not to. She knows Noir's limits of teleportation normally, so she would have been careful not to exceed that. It would require a far jump, or whatever that one is called, but it's still within her limits.
Yeah. Noir, you're going to try to focus really hard. You're going to humor Cassie, and you're going to try to focus. And with the ridiculously high focus that you have, you actually phase out from where you are, and you actually appear right next to Cassie.
Yep. And just for comedic sake, I'm going to imagine like she lands with like a foot in the bucket and goes, ah!
Cassie, upon seeing her, immediately lets out a sigh of relief and, grins a little bit and just presses end call, nods. All right. I think we can work with this. Good job. Now, let's get back to our room before we get caught.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
All right. Then they'll just head back up to the apartment. I assume nothing happens on the way?
Nope. But I'm giving you 2 bonus XP for that. Very clever. Very clever.
Oh, thank you. I don't know if it'll ever come up again, but
it's
we'll
clever.
See.
I never
Thank
thought
you.
about that. Since I never thought about it, I'm giving you XP for that. Okay.
I appreciate it. Okay, so once they're back up in the apartment, door closed and locked and everything, she'll let out another breath and turn back to Nora and say, okay, now, obviously, your limits exceed a little bit of what you had initially imagined, right?
Yeah, like I teleported across the worlds before, but I can't really do that with these on. Which they need to stay on.
Okay, you're gonna have to tell me that story later. When you say need, do you actually mean need? If so, I won't press any further right now.
I actually mean needs. Like I pissed someone off.
Fair enough. Well, there is still something that we need to test. I need you to try to read my mind.
Okay. Are you going to be willing or unwilling? Because it just
I'm
happens
willing.
if you're willing. Okay.
Yeah, do it.
Read.
Okay. So, the initial thought that she'll hear is asking Noir to try to specifically focus on the last time they were in the dream world. And so her hope, should I explain the hope?
Yeah.
Or would you not like that? Her hope is that Noir will not be able to access any memories of the dream world through Cassie's memories. Obviously, Noir can look back in her own memories and see what transpired there or whatever. But Cassie is hoping that with the kind of dimensional difference and with the fact that the gods probably wouldn't want other people spying on what happens there, that there would be some sort of, divine dampener of sorts.
To prevent the
To prevent a Snoopy telepath from seeing that they were all in the dream world or something like that.
divine dampening. Nah. No. I don't think so.
Okay.
She'll be able to see the memories from the dream world.
Okay. So then she wouldn't see much. I mean, from the last time they were in the dream world, it was just a matter of like the layout and their little bit of planning and everything.
Yep. Sorry. I got it all.
No, that's fine. No, it's good to narrow things down. All right, so that basically just means that we don't run around into any telepaths while we're in the base.
Yeah.
Good to know.
If it helps, they can't read my mind without me knowing.
Well, that's good in your case, but we still have other people to consider.
Yeah.
But thank you. Keeping it in mind.
And reading people's minds if they're unwilling or they don't know leaves a trace psychically. Unfortunately, we don't have any way of detecting that. So.
Yeah, sure we don't. Unfortunately, though, trace or not, doesn't really matter if they can get into our minds. If they can, and they do learn that we are working together in this, things could go bad. So
yeah,
let's just cross our fingers here.
Yeah. Well, I'll say more once we all get into the dream world, because I have a concern I want to raise.
All right, well, do you have any concerns you want to raise before I start sending people in tonight?
Oh, you might want to keep an eye out for Team Omni. Because the toxic plate is with Team Rocket. They could potentially be going after it.
Supposedly and quite possibly. At this point, I figure anything can happen.
Yeah, which could potentially work out in your favor, but it could also complicate things rather badly.
By the way, not to put any pressure on you, but absolutely to put pressure on you. When we go in this, you're all in, right?
How so?
I mean, I'm just asking if you're willing to really commit to this, you know, if I can count on you for this.
Of course. Your mother is in danger from a terrorist organization. Who wouldn't help?
Then please be aware that you play one of the most important roles in this, okay? So again, no pressure, but please don't
You
screw
want me
this
to
up.
get your mother out?
If things line up, then yeah.
So teleport in, grab her.
That's the hope.
'Cause I can get in, but I can only bring one person with me if I go back out.
Not to mention, if I understand your limitations correctly, you can really only teleport once in a short period of time.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait a while.
We could still make it work. We'll talk about it more in the dream world. Cool?
Yeah. Cool.
All right. In the meantime, I've got to get in touch with Molly again.
And Noir, even
Oh,
with
that's
the phone trick, you still believe the 12-meter range still applies. So if what you're looking at in the phone is not within 12 meters, you probably can't do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That means we're gonna need someone on the outside.
Okay.
Someone on the outside? Who could that be? Basically, after handling Nora, you know, she'll say just they'll talk more later, kind of thing. Cassie will go back into her room and she'll call Molly.
Yeah, so Molly is basically like pacing around her room waiting for anyone to call, and as soon as her phone rings, she snatches it up. Just, yeah, talk to me.
Hey, it's Cassie. I need you to make sure that Madison is good for this. I got your text earlier, but just confirm real quick for me.
Maddie, are you good for this?
Good for what?
Good for saving, good for the heroic stuff, saving Cassie's mom, all of that.
Oh, yeah. She says that she's sort of like, oh, yeah. She's
says-
still watching TV.
She says, yeah.
All right, well, will the three of you be ready this evening? Or by this evening?
I'm ready whenever, Cassie.
All right. Because I figure before we all get into the dream world tonight, I'm going to need you to go in and get us access to those cameras.
Well, nighttime is the best time for sneaking around.
Yeah, that's the hope. You really think you can do it?
I'm going to put you on speaker so Maddie can listen up, okay?
Okay.
She's going to put it on speakerphone. She's going to mute the TV and say, sorry, Maddie, this is important.
Oh, it's business? All right. She clicks off the TV. So what's going on?
Yeah, hey, Madison. We've got to talk a little bit about this infiltration we've got going.
Yeah, what about?
So are you aware of the situation?
Molly's filled me in, at least on my role of the whole thing. She sneaks in with some sort of communication device and my Rotim. She puts the Rotim will go into the computer system, and I'll go do my things from there.
All right, yeah, pretty accurate then. It's just the first floor of the base is where we can access the security. So as long as Molly can sneak in there with Rotim, I figure that between Rotim and yourself, you guys can get in pretty easily.
Do we have the communication device now?
That's something I was hoping you might be able to help with.
I told Molly that I don't know if I'd be able to come up with a communication device, but the lieutenant might be able to, or somebody in the police force might be able to get you something.
Yeah, I was just hoping to avoid that. If I'd known anything ahead of time, I might have been able to finagle something myself at the lab, but... All right, I've got contacts. I can make this work. Okay. I then will let you guys know when I have that communication device set up. And just be ready, all right? It's happening tonight.
Tonight? I didn't realize it was happening so soon.
Well, the bulk of it's tomorrow, but you guys are setting the stage for us.
As soon as we got the communication device, I think we're good to go.
Okay.
Yep. We're just let me know. Just let me know what I need to do. I'll be ready. Okay.
All right. I'll let you guys know when I get the device and run you through the drill again.
Mhm.
Cool?
And by the way, Cassie, we can talk about this tonight in the dream world, but I have an idea for Bullet's role in all of this.
You'll hear her take like a little inhale through her teeth, but you know, you can almost see Cassie like slowly nodding like, all right, we'll talk about it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, talk to you later.
Right, same. And she'll hang up.
She'll hang up.
Okay.
Next then is to call Nevi.
Sure. You'll call Nevi. After like the third ring, she'll pick up and say, "Hey, what's up?"
Hey, Cassie, do you have access to a communication device by chance that would work underground?
Why do you ask?
Because I specifically need a communication device that would work underground.
If I told you yes, when would you need it by?
As soon as possible. Tonight at the latest.
Oh, tonight?
Look, if you can't do it, I can call someone else.
No,
but-
I didn't say I couldn't do it. I just was curious. So wait, does that mean you're going tonight?
We're setting things up tonight. I'm not going in until tomorrow.
Give me an hour.
All right?
Maybe 2.
You have an hour.
2 tops.
Just keep me posted, okay?
Okay.
All
Is that all you need?
Thanks,
Just a
Nat.
communication device?
I hope so. I will let you know if anything else crosses my mind.
You don't need like a weapon or anything? You don't need...
Oh, please. Do you think they wouldn't confiscate that as soon as I stepped inside?
Just
I figure
asking.
I figure any weapons that I take in with me is just more that they can use against me.
Communication device it is. I'll give you a call.
All right. Thanks, Nev. You're a lifesaver.
And you don't want me to say anything to the lieutenant?
Prefer you not.
And then I won't.
All right.
All right. She'll hang up.
She is just going to pop Lou out a ball, let him know, okay, this is what Team Rocket is. Really bad. They have Cassie's mom. We're going to go save him. I don't know what our roles are going to be. I really don't. I kind of wish someone would talk to me and tell me, because I don't like being left out of the loop. But, you know, are you okay with this, Cuddle Puddle? You don't have to partake. I will find some other place for you to be if you don't want to.
Yu pulls the first aid kit out of his body. It's all slimy and dripping, but he holds it up to her.
Okay. Okay, you're down. We got this.
He
Hugs
starts. He pops it open.
No.
He starts shaking
Sweetie,
things on.
no. Leave. Let's just close that. Actually, these cases are somewhat waterproofed, so it's better shape than I thought it would be. Good to know. Recloses it carefully, trying not to get any product inside dirty. Rewraps an apron. You carry with you. Holds up her purse. I got mine. We're good.
He gives her 2 thumbs up. Puts it back inside.
With Nevi, really quick, would it have been possible to ask for? Well, because the thing is, I could also just make it, and I already kind of deducted that from my funds. But as long as she's stealing tactical stuff from the police, basically, would they have anything that would share, say, camera feeds? You know,
That
any
would
kind
share
of
camera feeds?
lenses or goggles or things to that effect?
I'm sure she can come up with something if that's what you wanted to ask her retroactively. Sure.
Yeah, that would be part of it then. Okay, cool. Because if not, like I said, I could probably make it. But awesome. If we could do it that way, that would probably be better for the sake of RP. Okay, so now to Chase.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll call Chase.
Chase, your phone rings. Yep.
Fumbles with the phone. Finally finds the green phone button. Clicks it. Hello?
Hey, it's Cassie. Where are you right now?
Outside your house?
Okay. Come up. And
Okay.
she'll hang up.
He comes up.
Okay.
Seventh
Cassie
floor,
will let
seven-
him in.
seven,
Oh,
knocks
sorry.
on the door.
So at the knock, she'll just open the door, gesture for him to step in, close and lock it up behind him. Just say, all right, at this point, we are just waiting for some things to fall into place so that we're properly prepared. But you're going in tonight. Thought I should let you know.
I am, huh?
Yeah. You're ready, right?
I can go now.
No. See, the thing is, Molly's going to be following you in. I don't know what exactly you had planned, but I know that it's nothing quiet.
It wasn't
So
anything
the way I
to
see
keep
it-
Molly safe. Not entirely
Exactly.
sure how
The
she's
way I
going to
see
get
it
around it.
is, as long as you're doing something that might detract attention away from an area, we might as well make use of it.
I can do that. Do you have access to grenades?
What kind of grenades are we talking?
Incendiary, preferably. Smaller the better.
Okay, I don't want you to do anything that'll get yourself killed. You know that, right? Like, you're not allowed to die during this.
I won't do anything that compromises anyone, including your mother, especially your mother.
Including yourself?
Depends if I get stuck in there. I won't get stuck in there. And if I do, I need a backup plan.
So, look, I'll see what I can do about grenades, but nothing like that tonight. It's a little out of my reach.
All right, I'll figure something out. Go get your distraction.
So, keep in mind that this probably means, if things go well, mind you, that you're going to be in there all night, pretty much in their control.
I can handle it.
Like I said, they don't usually keep prisoners. If they did, I'd imagine it'd just be in the common area. But if you are that case, you're either going to be, thrown out or staying there the whole night until someone decides to let you free. So you're cool?
I am. See you on the inside?
All right. Again, you are waiting here with me until we get word from Molly. Okay.
I'll wait.
All right. Thank you.
Just to provide you with some extra information in case this matters. So when you were, Cassie, when you went to the Team Rocket hideout, the entrance into the hideout from the surface is actually this cave. There's like a cave system that you go through.
Oh, it's a whole
And-
system?
I'm sorry?
It's a whole cave system?
The cave that you go to in that route, I think there's an actual cave in there that you go into in that route. Anyway, one of the rooms in the cavern is actually where the entrance into the hideout is. There's like there's an actual panel, which you probably wouldn't know about if you didn't know where to look. But there's an electronic panel where basically you punch in some numbers, and then that actually opens up the floor, which takes into a staircase, which takes you down into the main entrance of the hideout.
Okay.
The common practice is, though, that if somebody is who used to work for Team Rocket is for whatever reason not working for Team Rocket anymore, the common practice is for that combination to change once that person is not there. So
That makes sense. All right, so Rotem will get extra work. Cool.
okay.
I mean, I guess that's the only way I could really modify the plan at this point, so let's do it! All right.
An hour and 15 minutes passes from when you spoke with Nevi, and there'll be a knock on your door.
So she'll get up from the couch and go over to the door and open it.
She opens it, and she is carrying a duffel bag with her, and she says, "Hey,
Hey, you got the stuff?
I got him," she says as she walks in. She goes over, she opens up the duffel bag, and she takes out like an earpiece and like electronic devices that looks like his, parts of the communication, as well as a device that has a USB connection. And then she says, "This basically is a thing that lets you."
So then, just to clarify, there's that and the comm device that was asked for.
Yeah, and there's also one more thing. She says, "I know you didn't want any actual weapons, but I brought this just in case you might find it useful." And she gets you she has a dart gun as well as 4 cartridges of PB&J.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
I don't know if you guys thought about that, but Nevi did.
I did, but I didn't think of a way to get it because I wasn't expecting to contact the cops. But now I have it. Cool. All right, so
If you don't think
looking
you
at
need it, then just don't use it, but I just thought I would give it to you just in case.
All right. No, it definitely could come in handy. Thank you.
Is there anything else you need?
I don't think so at this point. I mean, I'm not going to say that I have a perfect plan, but I think with what I'm having to work with, it's probably the best I can get.
All right. So when are you starting?
Well, first part of this operation is going to start tonight. I'm going to contact Molly and Madison now that we have this stuff. Already have Chase here, and she'll just kind of gesture back. I assume he's just sitting.
Oh, he's like, oh, she'll notice him for the first time and say, "Oh, hey.
Hey, translator lady.
Hi, Lux," she says.
So, I assume Molly's going to come over here, pick Chase up, and together they're going to head off.
And what are you going to do?
Well, for now, just wait. My part doesn't come in until tonight in the dream world.
Have you eaten yet?
No, I'm not sure that I can at this point.
All right. Well, I'm hungry. Maybe I'll order a pizza.
By all means, yeah. If you want to stick around, you're welcome to.
Hey, she said, I'm just not gonna just go home and do what while you're doing this. I'm gonna stick around.
As long as you're aware that I am going tomorrow.
Yeah? But
Okay.
that also means you're not going today, so I'll stick around.
That's true. All right. Well, yeah. I'd appreciate the company. Thank you.
Of course.
Then she'll just like gesture toward the couch if she wanted to sit.
So Chase, she says as she goes over to the couch and she has a seat.
Navi.
You ready for this?
I was born ready.
I knew he was gonna say that.
I'm kind of jealous you get to go into a Team Rocket base. That's kind of exciting.
You're jealous about that?
Well, yeah.
Lux is glaring. Like, this
My
is
mother would
stupid.
definitely not approve.
Well, you know Cassie, and I have a sinking suspicion that you've known her long enough to know why this is happening in the first place.
Yeah. She's already lost one parent, so can't have that happen to a second parent right away, right?
And you were pretty quick to just come on over with a bunch of supplies that you stole from the cops.
What can I say? Cassie's my main priority. I'm a pretty overprotective friend.
And what would Kyle say if he found out?
I wanted to tell Kyle. Cassie told me not to, so I didn't.
He's a good friend.
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
Are you a good person, Nevi?
Me? Good person? No, I wouldn't say that.
Fern pipes up and goes, "Oh, Nemi's the best person. Cassie always talks about her all the time.
Aw.
She's awesome."
So you hide behind a character too, huh?
She kind of chuckles a little bit. Jace, when you have a mother like Vivian Kearney, you're always putting on a face.
I've met her, and I can see how that's possible.
Cassie's pretty much been the only person I can be myself around for the most part. Even at the police force, the lieutenant's great and everything, but, you know, you still gotta put up some sort of front when you're at the office.
As long as your loyalty's in the right place, and yeah, you'll be good around here.
Is Cassie in the room out of curiosity? Just out of character?
I figured she would be. She kind of, brought out her phone again and is kind of idly pacing. So she's there if they wanted to talk to her, but she's kind of tuning them out. At the moment.
Okay, so if they wanted to have a private conversation, they can have a private conversation.
I mean, supposedly she is there, so they might be wary, but like meta knowledge, yeah, Cassie's focused on what she's doing.
Okay.
Unless she hears her name, like,
she's
she
gonna
might
lower.
perk up.
She's gonna lower her voice, and she's gonna like lean in towards Chase, and she's gonna say, "You're gonna keep her safe during this whole operation, right?"
Cassie or her mother?
Both.
They'll be safe.
Good. That's all I need to know.
Maybe I'll see you around after this.
Maybe.
They'll be safe.
She seems to believe you, so she'll lean back. And then she'll yell over at Cassie and says, "Cassie, I'm going to order that pizza. If you want any, now's your chance to say what kind of toppings you want."
And yeah, at that, she'll perk up and look over, and it'll take a moment to like register what Nevi said, but then yeah, you know what I like.
Then she'll nod, and then she'll order something. All right. Anything else before? So you're gonna let Molly know that you got this stuff. Sure.
And I assume she's gonna. They're gonna decide on a time and a place to meet, right?
Yeah. Like ideally, what time would you say it would be right now, Riz?
Well, so Noir said that she got home around 4 or 5.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there was the hour-ish for Nevi to get the stuff.
So it's probably like 6 or 7.
5 or 6. Oh, 6 or 7. Okay.
We'll say 6.
Okay. So yeah, then while they're having their talk, Cassie's confirming things. Shortly after the pizza remark, she'll just like gesture with her phone and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna go make another call. You two stay here, all right?"
All right.
Well, that's going on. Lux is going to go over. How they realize, oh, right, Fern's here. Okay, the humans are being dumb. What are they doing?
Oh, they're going to try and sink into the Team Rocket base. I need the secret vents. Cassie doesn't want me to go to the secret vents. I got a plan to go anyway.
Oh, obviously we're going, because, yeah, last time Chase did something by himself, I didn't see him for 3 months, so no, not happening.
I know the base super well. They used to make me go in the vents all the time. Sometimes we used to play in hide and seek. I could stay there for hours. They never found me. Well, maybe they never
pretty
looked.
puppy. I haven't seen him all day. Looks around.
Was that for Remy?
Yep. That's this pretty purple puppy. Come on.
He's on the windowsill.
Oh, you're not purple anymore. Now I'm sad.
No, I got to know Ooh really well, and I'm pretty happy. Distance makes the heart grow fonder and stuff. I prefer him not all over me.
Oh, but you look so cute. So we're gonna be doing a vent thing. Are you coming with us?
I want to, but I've been to the dream world. I know what the plan is. I've seen the base layouts.
All the more reason you should be with us then.
I know that they're holding a bunch of Pokemon in there.
Yeah,
I think
that's what they do.
I think it's a bigger mission than it seems on the front. I think that if I go in there, I might compromise things.
Hmm.
I'm gonna want to free all those
Okay.
Pokemon, and I think I'm gonna
Well-
put the humans in danger.
Fern, you kind of sort of know these people. If we let the Pokemon out, would they be on our side or would they be Team Rocket's side?
Well, some of the Pokemon,
Do they serve
some of the
masters?
Pokemon
Do they
aren't
have
nice like
bosses?
you guys.
Hmm.
Some of them are mean like the glitches.
Okay.
Like they sometimes they are meaner than the people.
Okay. Good to know. All right.
If I go in, I don't think I'd be able to come out. I don't trust myself enough to be able to do that.
Okay.